It happens to everybody. If you find yourself there, try. I know it's going to sound weird, but just try to get yourself out, and keep praying that you don't even find yourself there.
Okay, so prayer is an important
Keep
option
your
for people
prayers,
to
yeah,
adopt.
because it's not everything you can control. Some things are just meant to
Yeah.
happen. So just keep praying that Allah guides you along the way.
Okay, so keep praying for guidance.
Yes.
That is important. So
Talk to
then,
the
another thing.
Usually peer pressure comes in when you don't have, maybe in your family members, you don't have someone you can go and voice out what you're feeling, or maybe there's something that's wrong with you, so you find yourself going to the wrong people and telling them.
For
So
help.
find your inner peace at home first. Talk to your parents, talk to your aunts. Your family members are are those that will always be there for you.
Okay. I think you should. Another thing is another important thing is career choice. We just mentioned it. You should, you please tell us about career choice. What is it's we you talked
Yes.
about that with the junior students yesterday. So the senior students, I believe, you actually need it much more. So what ropes and what trips, what tips do you have for us? Choosing the best career for yourself.
Okay,
I believe
yesterday
there
I
were six
spoke
steps.
about the 6 questions that you
Yes.
ask yourself when you're choosing a career. So, first step, the first question is, who am I choosing this career for? Are you choosing it for your family members? Are you choosing it for your parents, for your teachers, or are you choosing it for you? Remember that your career is a journey that only you would take, and it might be something that you'd end up doing for the rest of your life. So you have to choose it for yourself. It should be something that it should be your own choice. Okay, that's the first question. So, who am I choosing this career for? The second question is this career in line with my interests? Is it in line with your interest? Is it something that you want to do? Is it something that you've always dreamt of doing? Is it something that you have passion for? Because once you have passion for something, you can actually, you put in so much effort, so much work to be able to see that thing come true, to see the success of that thing. So interest is very important. Passion is very important. So that's number 2. Is it in line with your interest? Number 3 is, can is it something I can do? Interests and ability are two different things. So you might have the passion to do it, but you might not have the necessary know-how or the ability to do it. I gave an example yesterday, chemical engineering. Okay, so sorry, let me change this example. Let me give an example with medicine. So you want to study medicine. You have this serious passion and interest to be a doctor. So the first thing, you know that to be a doctor, you need biology. But then you fail so badly in biology. No matter how you try, no matter how many people you ask for help to guide you in understanding biology, you never seem to understand. Or, as Abdurrashid said yesterday, you're probably you're afraid of the sight of blood. So you see, you won't be able to study medicine. So that's where ability comes in. If you're not able to do it, point of you going for it. If it's a skill that you can learn, maybe it's let's say fashion designing, tailoring, knowing how to sew. If you can learn it, sewing is something everyone can go and learn, then by all means you can still go for it. But if it's something that you've tried countless times to understand, or it's just something you can't control, like fear of sight of blood, then leave it aside. So that's number 3. Is it something I can do? Number 4 is this career use? We all have what we stand for. We all have our principles. What yes, your principles, what you stand for. And as Muslims, your first means of value is Islam. So if you're going to pick a career, you need to pick it in accordance to do. So you can't pick something like so let me go into alcohol. No, that is far away from what you stand for, what Islam stands for. So is it in line with your values? That's what number 4, I think. Yes. So the number 5
Number
is,
four.
yes. Number 5 is, does this career fit my personality? Or does my personality fit this career? Number 5, does my personality fit this career? And as I said yesterday, there are different kinds of introverts and extroverts. The introverts, you guys know, are the shy ones, the ones that like to keep to themselves, the ones who don't really like to socialize. And then the extroverts are the, social people. You will meet them today and it's like they've known you for 1,000 years. So if you know your personality, you have to first of all know who you are. Who are you? Are you the introvert type? Are you the one who loves adventure? Are you the one who loves mingling with people? Or are you the one who likes to stay by yourself and not involve you don't want any wahala, anybody's problems. You don't want to involve yourself in anything. Are you that kind of person? Are you the introverted type of person? So understanding your personality is the first thing. And then when you know who you are, then you go about asking yourself, fits that career. So yesterday I gave an example with um, marketing. So we all know in an organization, there's a particular department called marketing, and what they do is they promote that organization's products or services. So in different forms, they promote, they advertise in different forms. It can be through social media, through TV, radio, or mouth to mouth, face to face, person to person. An introvert, and you go and you study a course that is in line with um, marketing or customer relations, you know that you are not going to enjoy it because you're going to talk to a lot of people. And it's not just marketing. There are courses like mass comm, international relations, any course that involves you to talk to people, a lot of people, then you need to be ready to do that. So the fifth question is, does my personality fit this career? Sixth one, the last one is this career achievable? So yes, you have a particular dream, you have a particular passion, you love it, you can do it, your personality fits it, then is it real? Does it make sense? You can't decide, okay, today, okay, so sorry, you can't decide to okay, what I have dreams for, what I want to do is I want to get the clouds and make them into pillows. You know that is not possible. Yeah. So whatever you're going to choose, whatever line or field you're going to follow, it needs to be something that is achievable, something that is real, something that will create opportunities for you, something you can find jobs in, or opportunities. Doesn't have to be a job, something you can create your own business with, something you can grow in. So that's the sixth question. So the first one is, who am I choosing this career for? Does this career fit? Is this career in line with my interest? Is this something I can do? Uh, is it in a? Does this career fit my values? And does it fit my personality? And is it achievable? So those are the
So
questions.
guys, it will be you. I think you have to write this down. Everyone, just write it down somewhere so that you can use it on future. So you can use it in future. So those are the 6 steps or 6 questions for career choice. And career choice, it's you still have to find what you're passionate about. You still have to. It's all goes back down to self-discovery, but knowing your passions now. So how does one actually find their passion and know what they want to do? before even asking themselves those 6 questions for the career choice?
Look at your strengths. Okay, you're in school now, and you have a lot of subjects that you do. So look at those subjects. Which ones are you strongest in? Which subjects are you strong in? Or what are your strongest skills? What do you know how to do best? If you are still confused, as I said yesterday, meet your counselors, meet your teachers, meet your parents. These people would guide you, and your counselor has known you from, the very beginning. They know what you're good at, or they know your strengths and your weaknesses. So they would be able to guide you as to which path to follow. Abdurrashid?
So in a nutshell, you just have to apart from knowing
Mm-hmm.
it yourself, you need to actually speak to people, talk
Yeah.
to someone and find out exactly what you need to do, right?
Because at this point, you guys are going to start looking for what courses you want to study. You guys are going to start looking for
Exactly.
admissions. I would have told you to involve yourselves in different activities. And right now we're in this COVID-19 season. So it's actually a chance for you still. It's still not too late, actually. You can still read up different things. Go on the internet, research different courses, what they're all about. Okay, do you like it? Is it something that you know you have strength in? Okay, go for it. And you can use this period to actually talk to a lot of people. Talk to, as I said, your counselor, talk to your parents, ask them for their opinions, what they think, for their advice, and then you take it up from there.
Okay, so it's some most of us we actually find it hard to talk to people, to go out there and just not even out there to talk to family members to actually express themselves as human beings naturally. So the thing is just talk and find out, do a little bit of research, know what makes you tick and so on. Okay, so guys, if you have any questions, please just send them to the chat section. Okay, so if you said before the questions start coming in, why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself personally? And it's your bio says you like designs, you love sports and adventure. It's don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's hard to find a lady who is actually into sports and adventure, probably. So how does that fit in with you? How Just tell us more.
Okay. So I love adventure in the sense that I love trying new things. I don't like doing one thing for a long time. So I don't see myself staying in an office every single day for like 30 years on one desk. I like trying new things. I like to learn new things all the time. And then I love sports. I used to play basketball when I was younger before I stopped. I love swimming. I swim a lot. And I love um, I love athletics. I love to just keep running and all those things. That's what else do you want to know about me?
You like to move, you just like to
Yes, I
just have a little bit of action in your life. Okay, that's amazing. So someone asks to enlighten us in your journey to, okay, so just tell us about your journey to first class. I don't know if he
okay.
means as a first class student or as for 100 level, but I think you can tell us both. So first question for on your journey on how you got to 100 level, how you're fitting in the university and all that, and then also how you got to be a first class student, top of the world student, top of the class student. So tell us more, please.
Okay, so it started from the very first day of school actually. So I entered university with the mind of getting the best out of it. So I entered university hoping to finish with a very good grade. To be honest, I didn't really plan. I didn't see myself getting a first class. It happened, but it happened because of hard work. So initially, I was studying very hard because I really wanted to make my parents proud. I wanted to make my family members proud, and I kept doing it. And the first time, the first results I came out, I got a 3.9, and my mom, she was very happy. The second time, it wasn't she wasn't as happy as she was the first time. And then the third time, it was just, like it was a normal thing. So there was a point I got to where I just told myself, okay, look, are you doing this for you, for yourself, or are you doing it for your family members? Because at the end of the day, when you graduate, um, with whatever grade you graduate with, it's going to be for you. You're going to be the one to have to explain it to people or defend it, or you're going to be the one that will work with it. So I decided to do it for me, and I wanted to do the best for myself. Actually, you should all um, do what is right and what is best for you. So I started to work even harder, because this time I was doing it for myself. I wasn't doing it for anybody else. I read more, and trust me, graduating with a first class doesn't mean you have to kill yourself cramming your books. No, just understand what you're doing. Okay, so if when you have classes, make sure you go to those classes, and then concentrate in class, participate in whatever questions your teachers ask you, listen to your lecturers very attentively, and then when you go home, just go over what you did that day and then drop the book. Don't leave your studies till the very end, when exams start to come, because it will get too much on you
Yeah,
and you start to cram. And cramming doesn't do any good to
like
anybody.
last minute reading, it happens a lot.
Yes, so if you don't have that habit, if you have that habit, try and rectify that habit from now. If you're able to
Uh,
do that, then you, inshallah, all of you graduate with a first class. It's not a difficult thing.
Okay, so did you have any peculiar or particular study habits that you and I okay, the person that asked that question, I hope your question is answered. So another thing, do you have any particular study habits that okay, this is because a lot of people study differently. Some people they assimilate easily, they understand easily, and others take a little bit more time. It's just how we're created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So did you have any particular study habits that you can emulate, or just how you read, because being in the university, you're free as a person on your own. There are no parents to bug you around to read, and there are no, it's you
You're on
just
your
have
own.
it's all in your mind. You're on your own. So how do you just tell us about that?
Yeah, everyone has what works for them. I What worked for me was, when I'm studying, I can't cram. I try to understand it, and when I understand it, I tell it to myself. So okay, today I spoke about self-control. So let's say I'm reading about self-control. What is self-control? Self-control is the ability to control your thoughts,
Yourself.
your emotions, yourself. So I understand what self control is. So I tell it to myself. I'll be like, Nafisa, what is self control? And then I will answer the question again. Do you understand? When I do that, I'll then get a paper. I realize that I'm a visual learner.
Learner.
Yes, I can't read um, basic black font or whatever. So what I do is when I understand it, I have this book that I use for all my studies. So I have different colors of different pens of different colors. So I have blue, I have green, I have red. So what I do is I'll write what I understand by self-control in red. I'll now write the areas of self-control in blue. I'll now write how to manage, how to control yourself in another color. So my book was always filled with different colors. That was,
Colorful.
yes, that was how that's how I study personally. But everyone has
That's
their,
a fantastic way to learn.
yes,
Okay, so guys, any more questions, please? We need to let's make this a little bit more, much more interesting. You can see a lot of people are coming in one after the other. So if you're just joining, well, welcome. So if you have any questions to ask, please let us know. Hitman, I
yes.
hope your question has been answered. So let's see another thing now. You are the president of the business club. Okay,
Hmm.
so personally, I don't really know what do they do in a business club. So if you could tell us about that.
So in the business club at Nile University, what we did was we encouraged people to start up their own business, and then we created motivational talks for the entire club members or the entire school. And then what we did again was we encouraged young 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 students back then to be able to have a business mindset, because let's face it, we're living in a world now that you can't rely on jobs. Yeah, you can only rely on yourself. So if you have that business mindset, you can, once you're done with university, you're done with school, your main aim wouldn't be to start looking for jobs and spend, some people spend 13 years looking for jobs and they still don't have jobs. So you won't find yourself in that situation if you have that business mind, if you have all the
Okay.
motivation you need.
Okay.
Yeah.
So having a business mindset and then knowing what it takes to start a business is different, I think, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that noticed, but recently a lot of people have, maybe probably because of the pandemic, a lot of people have started businesses, and then everywhere, all over WhatsApp, Instagram, even Snapchat, you get a lot of posters of people advertising
Mhm.
their business they've just started. So
Yes.
now, knowing that, okay, having the business mindset and then knowing what it takes to start a business, I believe are two different things, because you could want to start a business, you know that, okay, I can sell this, I can take a trade in this, but marketing, advertisement, putting yourself out there, branding, all of those things are part of, what it means, what you have to do to start a business. So if you could just give us a few tips on what to do when starting your business and how to manage your business as an
What
entity
to
or
do
as a person or as a company.
in terms of branding, is that what you said?
Not
Or
just
generally?
branding, but just generally. Yes, exactly.
Okay. So what you need to do is, first of all, do your survey. How many people are
Okay,
going to
go on the
buy?
market survey.
Yes. How many people are going to buy that product that you sell? If you're going to go into the food industry, production industry, then how many people would buy that particular food? Yeah, if you know the number of people that would buy, then you know, okay, what step to take next. So if you know those that will buy, then the next thing is your first impression, because first impression matters. So if now that we are in COVID-19 season, let's say you want to start making shawarma, and there's a lot of competition when it comes to food industry. So you want to start making shawarma, a lot of people have been making shawarma for years. So what is that, what are you going to do that first time, your first impression? So are you going to make sure that delivery you deliver to your customers that shawarma very fast? If I call you now, okay, shawarma takes about 15 minutes or so to make. So if I call you now and be like, okay, I want 6 wraps of shawarma, in the next 1 hour, am I going to get it? Or is it going to take you 3 hours? Because if it's going to take you 3 hours, then what is your difference? What is the difference between you and the other 10,000 people that are making shawarma? So knowing your niche, what's different about your business is actually another step. So what's different about your business? Is it the way you wrap it? Is it the ingredients as in your shawarma, or is it that you have a personal delivery guy,
Your
or maybe
delivery.
you serve your shawarma with chips or with chicken or something. So what is different about your own business?
Okay, so that's what makes you stand out from the other people.
Makes you
What
stand
makes
out.
your own different? Why will people buy from you? So those are the
Mm.
questions you ask yourself. Okay, thank you. So I think okay, so more people are actually coming in. So if you have any questions, guys, please just let us know ASAP. So also the so we've talked about business now, being for business also. So okay, I think so why don't you tell us a little bit about satisfaction, contentment, being, you know, it all goes back down to having freedom in the university, but contentment
Mm-hmm.
and satisfaction as a person, and most of us were no longer kids, we're all growing up, becoming adults, going to university. So having that inner peace. So how does one
Mm.
develop their inner peace as a person?
Okay, inner peace is in different
It's okay, Booker.
forms actually. So how to attain when you want to be contented with whatever you have. I think the first thing you need to do is stop looking at what other people have. Okay, instead look at what's okay. So you're in the middle, and on your left is are people that are very wealthy and they have everything you would ask for. And on your right are people who are poor. Okay. So you need to stop looking at those people who are on your left, those people who are wealthy, because if you keep looking at them, if you keep looking at what they have or what they do, and you want to be like them, you would never be contented. You'd never be satisfied. Rather, look at those
You always
that
find
don't.
someone.
Yes, look at those people that don't have what you have, and thank Allah. Those are the people that would bring contentment to you. And then
What does it?
finding inner peace. If you're going to rely on other people for your inner peace, then you would never find peace. So instead, look for something that Allah is the only person, is the only astaghfirullah, Allah is the only being that will never leave you. Allah is the only being that will always be there for you. So find your peace in Allah. Okay, find your peace in remembrance of Allah. Read the Quran more, or if you are angry, pick up the Quran and read. Find your or adhkar. Find your peace in something that would never leave you. Because Allah is really the only being that would never leave us. I think that's
Yes,
the
even
that's
when you
finding inner peace.
yes, even when you sin, Allah always forgive you. Just ask for forgiveness and you have it. So now two more things I think. So first, I want you to tell us, the story of you being the Auditor General of the Student Resource, that's the SRC,
Mm.
how it was being the Auditor General of the SRC, and then also you have to give us a little bit of recap on the self-control, self-satisfaction in the beginning, the movement control, that's finding your weakness, creating easy habits, looking ahead, all that. So you give us a recap on that also. But before we do that, I want you to tell us then tell us what it was like being the Auditor General of the SRC.
Okay, Auditor General is
Yes.
you accounting for every financial thing that goes on in an organization. So I was Auditor General of SRC, meaning I I kept check of every single transaction that came in or out of our group, student representative council. So if the school gave us, let's say, 500,000, because we sent them a budget of 500,000 and they gave us 500,000, I was supposed to make sure that we used that's 500,000 according to how we told them we're going to use it. Or if we're not going to use it exactly the way we said it, at least we used it in the right cause. Nobody went home with any money. So in that during that process, I made some enemies actually, because being Auditor General, you have to be able to look at people in their faces and tell them to tell you what happened to this particular amount of money. And some people will get pissed off and angry, saying, "Ah, you don't trust me. Would you think I'm a thief? Okay, tell me what happened to the money, then we can move past it." So yes, that was what I did in during my time as Auditor General.
As Auditor General, fantastic. Okay, so now I think it's getting close to one. So if you can just give us a recap on the self
Of
control.
how the methods of self-control.
Yes,
So I
yes.
said the
I
methods of
think.
self-control. The first method is
Sorry,
finding
sorry
your
to cut. Hold on, sorry, please. Guys, if you haven't had this method before, I think it's good if you could write it down now, as she's giving us a recap. So please go on.
okay. So finding your weakness. What is it that you want to what is it that you want to stop, or what is it that you want to start? What is your weakness actually? Everybody has a weakness. It can be you getting angry. It can be something that is just between you and Allah, something you do that nobody even knows. But knowing that weakness is a first step to attaining self-control. So the second one is creating easy habits for yourself. Okay, so you want to be able to control your emotions. Let's talk about your emotions. You want to be able to control your emotions. So what are the little things that you can do to control your emotions? Let's talk about one emotion, anger. So if you're pissed off, what is one thing that you can do to be able to control yourself? Is it drinking cold water? Is it walking away? Is it keeping quiet? Is it not responding? So finding little habits. If you control everything at once, you might end up stopping. So if you say you're going to stop smoking at once, you would end up smoking for the rest of your life. So you have to take it a step at a time, one step at a time, little by little. So you want to do something, you want to start something, you start little. You want to stop a particular habit, you start little. Then the third one I said is looking ahead, being proactive. Okay, you want to stop getting angry. You want to control your emotions. So how are you going to control when you're angry? What is something you can do ahead of time to be able to avoid even you getting angry in the first place? Maybe you're someone that always likes talking too much, and in the process of talking too much, you get comments that will piss you off. What caused it in the first place? So what is something you can do ahead of time? You don't talk too much. Know what you're going to say. Think before you talk. That would now avoid you from getting angry in the first place. It also comes to I gave an example with tahajjud. You want to start praying tahajjud. So what is the first thing? What is one thing that you can do to help you in praying tahajjud? So sleeping on time, not eating something heavy before you sleep. So that is being proactive. That is looking ahead. All right. So the fourth thing is setting alarms for yourself. If you're someone that plays video games or you like chatting too much, then you know how wasting time is. If you want to reduce that, if you want to stop wasting time, then you can set alarms for yourself. Okay, from so time to so time, I'm going to be on my phone. But when once it's so time, I'm going to stop. Okay, so from dhuhr to maybe 3 a.m., 3 p.m., I'm going to be on my phone. But once it's 3 p.m., I'm going to drop my phone and go pick up my book, my school books, and read. Or I'm going to take a nap or do something that would actually be beneficial to you by setting alarms. And then number three is making adjustments. If you're a night person, don't revolve your activities during the day. If you're a day person, don't revolve your activities during the
Then,
night. Yes. So if for instance the Quran, again I'm using the Quran, you want to be reading the Quran every day. That's a habit you want to do. You want to control yourself to be able to do that, to be consistent in doing that. So if you know you're a night person, you have to set your Quran time during the night. You can't set your Quran time during the day because you know, or during the morning because you know you might probably be sleeping and it might affect you and make you feel lazy and you'd end up just stopping that thing. So make the necessary adjustments that you need to make. And I mentioned the three areas of self control, which is the
or
impulse control.
going up.
Yes, the impulse control, the emotional control, and the movement control. The impulse control is you thinking before you act. If you follow these three steps, it will it will help you to thinking before you act. If you think before you act, then you have control over over a lot of things in your life. And then your emotional control, having control over your feelings. When you're in grief, are you just going to go and look for something that will calm you down, maybe something that you drink or a smoke or something? Or are you going to say your adkar? You know, that is emotional control. When you're angry, what are you going to do? Are you going to drink cold water, not talk to someone, or are you going to get up and just give that person a dirty slap? So emotional control. And then movement control, your ability to control your physical um, activities in an appropriate way. You can't just go, okay, for instance, as a lady, you can't go in the middle of the market and just start dancing. What are you doing? Things like that. So those are the three areas of self-control.
People automatically think you're crazy if you just go to the
Exactly.
market and start
You
dancing.
yourself, you would know you're crazy.
Okay, that's so those are the three. There's emotional control, movement control, and what's the last one?
Impulse control. Thinking
Impulse
before you
control.
act.
Yes, impulse
Mm.
control. So yeah, that's thinking before you act. So you should have think twice before, not even think twice before you do something, because there are some, even when you check normally, if you send someone a message, sometimes you actually go back there and delete that message and reconstruct it and send it in a
That means you
different
didn't
way,
think before
but
you
you
sent
feel
that
like it
message.
was wrong.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yes. So that's another thing. Guys, another. So if you have questions, just let us know. We have 10 more minutes to go, so inshallah we'll be ending by one.
Mm.
You can see there's still a lot of people in the room, so please don't be shy. Just ask your questions.
You don't have to say it. You can type it up. There's
You
nothing
can
in
type
typing.
it, yes, if you feel.